get here. I had to get up much earlier this morning, and to know that you want to be here to visit this community and to support this community was very powerful for me. Yitzhak, Isaac, is usually seen after Akedat Yitzhak, after the sacrifice of Isaac. Sometimes he's portrayed as being a weak and sort of passive personality. His father has to find him a bride. He doesn't ever leave the land of Israel, unlike Abraham or Yaakov. He sort of stays put, some people think. But that's not really true, because in the Parsha we read this week, we see him move around, we see him battle his enemies, redig wells that his father had first dug. Yitzhak here seems to be much more active than some people give him credit for. I think what changes in Yitzhak's life happens right before he meets Rivka. There the Torah tells us that Yitzhak was a suach basadeh, that he was praying in a field. And even though we prayed out here just now outside, normally it's not something we do. Normally we only pray in a synagogue, not outside. And the Gemara tells us that when Yitzhak was basadeh, when he was praying in the field, it wasn't any place. It wasn't any random place. He was back on Har HaMoriah. He went back to the site of the Akedah, where his father had bound him, and that's where he went to pray. Now, the place of the binding of Isaac was probably not a happy place for Isaac. It was a place of fear, where he was scared, of distress. But that's where he went to pray. That's where he went to approach God. And in that moment of prayer, he transformed what had been a place of sadness and fear and distress into something very different. Distress became peace. Fear became hope, and what had been a place of disconnect became one of connection. And it's that moment, that transformation for him, that allows him to go forward to marry Rivka, to build a family, to build a home, and then to go out and rebuild his life, to go back and dig the wells again that his father had dug, and continue on with the legacy of the Jewish people, to build the Jewish people. That's what Yitzhak had to do. And that's what we're all doing today. That's what you're doing by coming to Pittsburgh. That's what we did just now by praying Mincha right here. We're taking a place of terrible tragedy, of trauma, of fear, of distress. And in time, the loss will always still be there. The pain of the loss of those 11 Jews, our 11 sisters and brothers who were killed here, that pain won't ever go away. But in being here, in being with this community, in being with Jews around the world, we can in some way transform that loss and add some love to this world, add some peace to this world, and add some hope to this world. And I know when you go back to your community in New York, that you'll continue to do that you'll continue to build and rebuild and create together a better world and a better Jewish community. Thank you for having me here.